Dear students, the creations you entered in this competition organized by the school were very promising. A very big congratulations to you all. It's time to take this a step further. I propose that you enter the Los Angeles competition that is being held this month. It won't be an easy hurdle to overcome, but I think you are all capable of it. The theme of this competition is streetwear. That might seem surprising for such a serious school as ours, but nowadays, this trend is influencing the great luxury brands. Now let me introduce you to the Academy's new recruits who you're going to be working with this month. Carmen Cruz, age 21, has just arrived from Buenos Aires, Argentina. You may recognize her from her role in Lover's Tango that won the award for the best foreign film last year. Although she is a very talented actress, in Argentina, Carmen works first and foremost as a model, and today she is doing us the honor of offering us her precious services. Sharon Jones is a fellow American. In fact, she joins us from the neighboring state of Pennsylvania. Sharon has no professional experience of the fashion world, but she's just graduated from Philadelphia's most prestigious modeling school. Several well-known fashion houses were extremely keen to get her on their books, but Sharon preferred to do us the honor of joining our academy. I hope, therefore, that you will give her the warm welcome she deserves. Adriana Nikotova, age 20, has just arrived from St. Petersburg. As a law graduate, she was destined for a career as a lawyer. She was spotted last year by a group of young fashion designers in Moscow, and that was how she got into the fashion world. As you'll see, she looks just as comfortable in the most avant-garde creations as she does in a judge's gown.
There you are, Carol. I've been looking for you everywhere. Please, I need your help. I'll never manage otherwise.
Calm down, there's no need to panic. Now tell me what the problem is.
I'm completely snowed under. Mrs. Stevenson has given me some jobs which I could really have done without on the day before the opening of our new play.
What new play?
You know that I'm in a theatre group, don't you? I'm always going over my lines in my spare time. And tomorrow's D-Day. It's our first performance of Othello. And guess who's got the leading role? Sandy, alias Desdemona, the general's wife. And can you really see Desdemona with no jewellery?
Okay, I've got the message. You need to make some jewelry, but you haven't got time because Mrs. Stevenson has piled a load of work on you. Is that it?
Exactly. So, can I count on you to give me a hand?
Okay, leave it with me. I'll make sure Desdemona's the belle of the ball.
Thank you so much. You're wonderful, Carol. I just love you.
Come on, we better get a move on. We've got our work cut out for us. I'll run and get the jewelry ready for you. I noticed there was a jewelry workshop in the dressmaking workshop. Now's the time to show what I'm made of. Let's go!
So, here's the jewellery workshop. In the middle photo, you can see the necklace I need. You need to try and create a piece of jewellery that looks as much like the one in the photo as possible. By clicking on the photo, we can move on to the good stuff. The jewellery workshop is divided into two parts. At the moment, you're on the necklace screen, but you can also make bracelets. Start by selecting the necklace on your left, then drag it onto the model. Next, you can add a bead by simply dragging it onto the necklace. You'll see it will attach completely by itself. Once you've attached the bead, you can move it around on the necklace. To remove a bead, just drag it away from the necklace. With these buttons, you can choose different bead sizes. If you can't remember what the necklace you're supposed to be making looks like, simply refer back to the photo I gave you by clicking on this button. Making a bracelet is no different to making a necklace. When you finish the necklace and bracelet, click on the OK button. But remember, for the play to be a success, I need some really sumptuous jewellery. You need to score at least 8 stars. Right, I better go and rehearse my part. I'll leave you to it, and thank you again for everything.
absolutely gorgeous. The audience won't be able to take their eyes off Sandy with this jewelry. Well, that should do it. Now all I need to do is show Sandy her jewelry. Does the jewelry meet the general's wife's expectations?
Breathtaking is how I describe your sumptuous work. I take my hat off to you, my dear friend. My husband, Othello, is going to be delighted to have such a beautifully adorned wife.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's that very same husband who stabs you at the end of the play.
Given how beautiful I look in all these jewels, you might think twice about it now.
Well, I'll let you get on. See you soon.
Wait! What? Mr. McAllister told me that you were playing at detectives. I don't want to accuse people unfairly, but I suspect that our dear friends, Martin and Eleanor, might have something to do with what's been going on. Even though they're often arguing, appearances can be deceiving, and I've caught them on more than one occasion plotting together when no one's looking.
But you don't have any proof, Sandy, so don't be too hasty in pointing the finger. We have to be careful. This morning, I found a message from Martin among my things. He must have slipped it in while I wasn't looking. He asked me to meet him in the dressmaking workshop. But why so mysterious? What nasty trick could he be concocting now? I'll soon find out. Are you crazy? What have you done?
Wasn't me. I only just got here as well.
But we've got to do something fast before the fire sets light to the fabrics.
You run and tell Mrs. Stevenson. She must call the fire department right away. Try to find something to put out the flames before it's too late. I'll stay here and try and stop the fire from spreading. Quick!
Okay. Be careful. I'll be back in a minute.
I'll do what I can to contain the fire, but be quick. Don't hang around.
Don't panic. Deep breaths. There's not a moment to lose. I must find Mrs. Stevenson immediately. Mrs. Stevenson, the dressing room's on fire. We need to call the fire brigade fast.
Calm down. Are you okay? No one's injured, are they?
No, not yet. But Martin has stayed up there to try and contain the fire. We have to do something before it's too late.
Okay, I'll call the fire brigade. Run and get the hose pipe from the courtyard. You should be able to attach it to the fire hydrant in the corridor. But be careful. I don't want anything to happen to you.
I've got the hose pipe. Now all I need to do is fix it to the water supply in the corridor on the second floor. Fantastic. Thanks, Martin. You've just saved us from a real
Oh, don't bother. I know what you all think of me. You think I slashed the costumes and threw the paperweight at Steve. Well, this time, I hope you'll at least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not accusing anyone, Martin. Not even you. But I've got my doubts, just like everyone else here. Sorry if...
Just forget it. Go and find Eleanor if you really want some answers.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just making an observation. Ever since she arrived, Eleanor has really had it in for this academy. Funny, really, isn't it, coming from the apple of our director's eye? She's been trying to get me caught up in her plans for ages. But don't get me wrong, I'm here to secure my future career. I've got no reason to want to harm this school.
I'll never get used to your bad temper. But whatever happens, I really do want to thank you for what you just did.
Oh, forget it. Let's just say I did it to save my own skin.
Wow, what a mess. Who's responsible for this splendid chaos? It would seem that some bright sparks have been secretly smoking in the dressing room. A badly put out cigarette, and this is what you get. Everything up in smoke. That's what happens when you play with fire. My sincere congratulations to the culprit.
You seem to find this whole situation very amusing.
Yes, very. Because whoever did it will soon be found out and expelled. But look on the bright side. At least we'll get rid of some of the competition.
I still can't quite believe it. This morning, Kelly Wood is going to make a surprise visit to the Academy. Sandy's told me that she's looking for a new fashion designer to make the stage costumes for her next tour. It's now or never to show what I'm made of.
Hurry up! She's here! She's just arrived! Come on, quick!
Who's just arrived?
Who do you think? Kelly Wood, of course! Hello, Miss Wood. I know you must hear this every day, but I really am your biggest fan. I know all your albums by heart, and
Welcome to the Fashion Academy, Miss Wood. Please excuse my friend. We're the designers who are going to work on your costumes. Please don't hesitate to share your ideas with us. I assure you, you won't be disappointed. We're the school's most promising pupils. I personally guarantee that the costumes you're entrusting us with will be an absolute triumph.
I don't doubt you for 1 minute. I've always liked working with young talents. When do we start?
I must be crazy. What on earth made me say yes to Sandy again? After all, she is the one who's her biggest fan, not me. Ah well, what's done is done. I've made a commitment to Kelly and I can't back out now. I need to rise to the challenge. I can't let her down. Off to the fashion design workshop for me.
It's absolutely stunning. What amazing work. I couldn't have hoped for more.
What a pity. You're missing the right nail varnish colour. Oh well, not to worry. You just need to go shopping for.
Mrs. Stevenson has asked me to go to her office this morning. Who knows? Perhaps she wants to congratulate me on the work I did yesterday. Kelly seemed so pleased with the costumes I designed for her that she probably told Mrs. Stevenson about them. But rather than speculating, I better just go and find out what she wants. Mrs. Stevenson, you wanted to see me?
That's right, young lady. An unfortunate piece of news has just come to my attention that seriously compromises your future at this school. And I fear your future career.
But, Mrs. Stevenson, I don't understand.
Would you please let me finish? After the fire the other day, your teachers and I carried out our own investigation, and we carried out some searches in the academy. I want you to answer me honestly, young lady. Do you smoke?
I don't understand.
I'm not asking you to understand my question, just answer it. Do you smoke?
No, Mrs. Stevenson, I don't.
So will you please explain why we found this lighter and a can of gasoline under your bed?
I don't understand.
Don't play the innocent. It won't wash with me, young lady.
But you must have made a mistake, Mrs. Stevenson. I've never...
Young lady, I'm going to be extremely lenient with you. I've decided not to report you to the police, but let it be very clear from now on, you are no longer a member of this academy. So go and pack your things and get out of my sight.
Well, that wasn't quite the congratulations I'd expected. Rather than a medal, I'm told to go and pack my bags. But they haven't heard the last of me. Martin can prove my innocence. He knows I wasn't in the changing room when the fire started. I must talk to him and persuade him to help me. Martin, I need your help. Someone's been in the dormitory and hid a lighter under my bed. Mrs. Stevenson found it, and now obviously she thinks it was me who set the workshop on fire.
And
she's expelled me.
Oh, poor old Carol. Well, look on the bright side. Eleanor will be happy.
But you were with me when the fire started, and you know very well I had nothing to do with it. Please, you have to tell Mrs. Stevenson. She'll listen to you. Please, Martin, I'm begging you.
Okay. I'll see what I can do for you. But as you know, nothing in life is free. I'm prepared to help you if you'll do a tiny little favor for me. It's nothing big.
I should have known. Help thy neighbor isn't exactly your guiding principle. You always make the most of other people's misfortunes. What a sad individual you are.
Well, if that's how you're going to be, have a nice trip home. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got better things to be doing.
Okay. What is this favor?
I heard that you were working on the costumes for Kelly Wood's next tour.
I am? What's that got to do with anything?
It's very simple. Just get me a signed photo from her, and all your problems will be solved.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. It shouldn't be too hard. There's no way I can ask Kelly to come back just to get her autograph. But I seem to remember having seen a signed photo of her pinned on Mrs. Stevenson's office wall. I just need to distract her, and I think I know how I can do that. I need to find a phone.
Yes, hello, Mrs. Stevenson speaking. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Stevenson. I've got a parcel for you. I'm at the reception desk. Could you please come and sign for it?
Just a minute, I'll send someone down.
I'm sorry, but it's directly addressed to you, and I've been told to deliver it directly to you. Those are the rules, ma'am.
What is the meaning of this? Okay, if you could just wait 2 minutes, I'll be right down.
Phase 1 of my commando operation is going to plan. I've managed to get our precious principal out of her office for a few minutes. Now it's time to move on to the next part. Phase 2, get into Mrs. Stevenson's office. Phase 3, take down Kelly's photo and photocopy it. And finally, Phase 4, pin the photocopy back on the wall and make a run for it before she gets back, hopefully without getting caught. Easy, eh? Private Carol, forward, march! Now all I need to do is use our darling principal's photocopier. Now let me put the photocopy back on the wall. Last stage, give the photo of Kelly to Martin. But I have to find him first.
Carol!
You've really done it this time, Carol. Caught red-handed.
Please let me apologize. I've just bumped into your friend Martin, and he told me everything. He also told me about all the effort you went to save our school. I accused you unfairly, and now it would seem that you were in no way responsible for the fire that left us all reeling. I'm really very sorry for everything that's happened.
Oh, it's nothing. Let's just forget about it. I'm just relieved that everything's back to normal.
I hope you don't resent me too much. And of course, you are always welcome at our school. You're one of us.
Thank you.
Carol, just one last thing. If you see a delivery boy in the academy, could you show him to my office? I've got better things to do than run around after him all day.
Of course. Phew! Mission accomplished. Thanks, Martin. I was just about to be expelled, but I'm pretty sure Mrs. Stevenson's convinced of my innocence now. I wonder who planted that lighter under my bed. Someone tried to pin the blame on me, but they failed. But for now, Martin's still waiting for his signed photo, so off I go! Hi, Martin. Your wish is my command. I've brought you Kelly's photo signed by her very own fair hand.
Awesome! I knew you'd do it. I never doubted you for a second.
A deal's a deal, old chap, and I always keep my promises.
Carol, I have to tell you. I went to talk to Mrs. Stevenson.
I know. I heard.
You know, even if you hadn't got the photo for me, I wouldn't have let you down. I know you've got nothing to do with what's been going on here, and I couldn't allow such an injustice.
Well, I never. So despite that tough exterior, you really do have a conscience after all.
And Kelly? Did you have a chance to tell her about me?
Oh, that wasn't part of the deal.
You're right, and I shouldn't get carried away. A celebrity of her stature would hardly be interested in someone like me.
I promise to tell her about you the next time I see her.
Really? Would you do that for me?
Sure, why not?
Thanks, Carol. You really are a great girl. It's good to know you have friends you can rely on. I'll make it up to you one day.
Congratulations! Your score means that you qualify to take part in this month's competition. Now you are going to have to put on a fashion show to showcase your designs. You've got 2 chances. If you fail, unfortunately you won't be able to continue your training at the academy. Work hard, and good luck!
Miss Wood, did you come to see the show?
After having seen the amazing costumes you made for me, I was curious to see your new collection, and I'm not disappointed. You're really very talented. I think that you've got a bright career ahead of you as a fashion designer. Congratulations and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Miss Wood. I try my best.
Please, Carol, call me Kelly. I know you do your best, and I assure you that your work is of an excellent standard. I really appreciate what you did for me. If there's anything I can do for you, it would be a real pleasure to work with you again one day.
Well, since you mention it, I do have one small favor to ask you.
Go on, I'm listening.
I owe a friend a favor, and he's one of your biggest fans. If you could autograph one of your photos and maybe write him a little message, he'd be really excited.
I can do better than that. I'm having a small private party at my house next week. Take these invitations, one for you and one for your friend. That way I can meet him in person and sign as many autographs as he wants.
I know someone who's going to be jumping for joy.